Right, hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be working on the Focus RS MK1. Finally, I have bought all the bits and pieces that I need to get it all fixed, which are all behind me here. This car is coming up to 20 years old now, and I probably haven't serviced the oil and filter in around about 6 or 7 years because I haven't really driven the car. Also, lurking under the scuttle panel there is a cabin filter, and I probably haven't changed the cabin filter in about 10 or 12 years, so it's pretty needed that I get that done. It's probably going to look brand new under there again because I don't really drive the car too much. However, in all those years of 10 to 12 years of driving, it has probably picked up a little bit of dirt or two. So I've got a new one behind me here. We're going to get all of that replaced, new fresh oil. The lower sump pan or oil sump is leaking, so I've got a brand new one of those. Got some new sealant to go with it as well, so I'm going to take off all the bolts, get the new sealant on, let it dry overnight, and then basically put the new fresh oil in tomorrow. Fingers crossed as well that the fuel filter turns up, because I haven't changed the fuel filter in probably about 10 or 12 years. Yeah, where the car's been sitting for quite some time, I do think really that I need to get that changed. So we'll crack on with the video and I'll show you what we're up to. Right, so on the car, basically what we've done is we've changed the flame trap down here. That was in the last video. So I'm going to get underneath that and make sure to see if that's leaking anymore. Hopefully not, because I did see this. Now I haven't actually driven the car and look how much oil's come out of here, but I think that's probably from where I cleaned it with a load of brake cleaner. I'm not going to change the air filter. Air filter's pretty much covered, pretty clean in there as you can see, so that doesn't really need any sort of cleaning. That will do, that's perfect. And it's this scuttle panel under here, so from memory, yeah, I think all the clips are broken. Yeah, that just lifts up and we've got the cabin filter under there. I can see it, it does look horrific, but we'll get to that because I need to get the screws out here, and there's a sealant along here that I need to get rid of as well. So what we do first is we'll jack the car up, get underneath it, and then we'll check this oil sump because that's the main part of this job today. Right, so as you can see, the trusty WD-40 has had to come out. So I'm going to drain the oil out and then I'm going to undo all these bolts. So what I'm going to do is take this off, drop it down, and I'm going to show you the sort of the extent of the damage of the bolts, and also show you how many of these potentially round off. Hopefully none, because I haven't got any spare ones. Right, so there's the oil, and if you look at it, you can tell how thin it is. It's just moving quite easily. Now, obviously, a bit bubbly. I don't know what that is, it's a bit worrying. Hopefully there's something in the oil pan when I've done my oil, so I don't think it's actually come from the car. We'll find out when we take the oil pan off anyway. Yeah, so basically I've got one of these. I'm going to pour it into there so I can obviously dispose of that nicely. But yeah, you can tell that's quite a thin oil, that looks like. So luckily I'm changing this because the definitely degraded. Another painful job on that one because there's about 4 tons of sealant on it. So I've managed to get the sump off now, and as you can see here, we have the oil pickup, and then we have all of the sealer that's around, that's sort of left on there. So I need to clean all of this surface up, and then I should be able to put the new one back on. Now I'm going to put the new one back on and actually leave it. I'm going to leave it to go overnight just so it can actually really seal properly onto the surface here. So I need to get all of this cleaned up, get all of that old crusty sealant off, and then we can get a new oil pan fitted. This is the one that I've taken off of the car, and then as you can see, it's not terrible, but you can kind of start seeing here, it looks like that's where oil was leaking out of the car, sort of out of here. I don't think it was actually that bad. I think mainly it was coming out of the actual bolts. The oil in there is obviously disgusting and completely black and quite thin as well, as you can see. Well, that seems to be, oh, it's a bit thicker in there. I think it's whatever I had left over in my old oil pan that's probably mixed with the oil to give it watery, but it's obviously dirty in there anyway, and I've got a brand new one up here to open, so I'll show you that one. This is the new sump. The only difference being, as you can see there, is that the drain plug is at the bottom, which is not really a problem, because obviously that'd be better for me when draining it. At least I know that all of the oil will go out there, whereas when you've got the side exit one just like this, you obviously get all the crusty stuff left in there, so you never actually get rid of that old oil. So you've got more chance of getting rid of the oil with one of these. Obviously you just don't want to hit it underneath, that's all. It looks exactly the same, no difference. Probably obviously a little bit different, but nothing major. So what I'll need to do is clean that surface up, and then I'll need to use this 300-degree sealant and then put it all sort of around here just to get this really sealed up to the car nicely. I can't remember which way you do it. I think you put the sealant this side, or would you put it this side? I don't know, I'll find out. But you have to put the sealant on a special way where it sort of goes round here, and obviously you follow it all the way around. So I'll find out how to do that now. Right, so I'm not going to bore you too much with everything I do on this car, but the battery's running out now on my torch. However, you can see now that I've cleaned up the mating surface here, so that is looking nice and clean. which is good, so that will obviously all mate to the oil sump nicely. All I've got to do now is basically lay a bead of sealant around here. I'll show you once I've done it, but you want to sort of go around these bolt holes this side, so the oil obviously can't go from here outwards, so it basically goes around all of these bolt holes. And then we put it up to the car, and then we have to do it in sequence, annoyingly. We've got a sequence pattern for it, so we're going to get that on hopefully in the next couple of minutes. You can see I cleaned up all the bolts as well if the camera focuses in on them. Right there, we got it to focus. I've cleaned up all the old sealant. There's a few little bits and pieces that I need to get off, but they were caked, so we should see, if it does leak in the future, we should see where that is coming from. However, I'm hoping that this fixes the problem and we don't have to do this again, because obviously this is the original one, so this is 20 years old, this one, and there's obviously a brand new one, well, not OEM, but brand new. So let's put it up to the car, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we don't get any more leaks. Right, so that's the sealant all on. I'm not going to bore you with how I've done it, but it basically runs around each bolt hole like that, so the oil obviously seals and doesn't come out. That's the whole point, which is what I think happened to mine, and obviously it being old and crusty. However, at least we know we've got a new sump on there, so it's not going to rot to pieces. I might put a little bit more there, but I'm going to fit this to the car now, do this in sequence, and then we'll crack on with the rest of the car. We've run into a bit of a problem. Right, so we managed to get the sump fitted, and we've also managed to cross thread 3 of the bolts. Now this one up here near the gearbox in the corner, this one I think was cross threaded before because it sort of came out fairly easy, and there was quite a lot of oil that was leaking along here, so I'm thinking that was the cause of the problem. Also, I've noticed on the lower sump bolts at the top here, we've got a lower sump bolt with oil on it, and I just think, just there, so that bolt there is part of the lower sump. Now that's got oil, so there's no way that an oil leak from down here could creep up there. So I've made the executive decision, is I'm now going to remove this sump, even though I've resealed it about 14 bloody times, and I'm going to remove the oil sump, I'm going to remove the lower sump, so I've just got to take these bolts off here, and I'm actually going to send it away and get all of the threads helicoiled, because it's an aluminium casing. Basically the bolts have just over time just stripped through it. I think I just cross threaded 2 of them, so that's my own problem. However, that one over there was, I just took it out, put a new one back in, and it didn't work, so I'm not sure what's really going on. So if I get this alley sump helicoiled, then I can use new zinc plated bolts on this oil sump, and then we should be good. And then I'll have to get a new gasket for the lower sump as well. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to show you the time lapse of that either, because that's pretty boring, but I will show you once I've got both of them off. So about a month has passed since filming this video, and I've not got around to taking off the lower sump. So there's a couple of bolts that are really causing me an issue of getting out, and they're kind of near the gearbox end of the car. There's not much room for me to work on, and I've just not had the time, unfortunately, to get around to doing it. So I've booked a couple of days off work. What I'm going to be doing is spending the time filming and getting these bolts out, and then getting that lower sump sent off to Aylesbury, get them helicoiled, and then hopefully that will fix the problem, and then I can actually get around to servicing the Focus. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and you can catch up with more of the work being done on the Focus, and there'll be a few new videos coming up soon on the Fiesta. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down, and I'll catch you in the next video.